everyone, and thank you for stopping by the channel today. Today our adventures will take you from Brussels, Belgium to the nearby cities of Ghent and Bruges. So we booked this tour through getyourguide.com. We're not affiliated with them, just full disclosure here. We've never used them before and we're not sponsored by them. We just purchased it online like anybody else. We meet here this morning and we'll go on an excursion from there. The bus ride from Brussels to Ghent is about an hour. Originally founded around 650 AD, Ghent is one of the oldest cities in Belgium. In the Middle Ages, Ghent became the largest city in Northern Europe. The city remained virtually independent until 1584. I will not even attempt to cover the entire history of the city of Ghent. However, I do want to point out one very interesting little bit of American history that took place in the city. The Treaty of Ghent that ended the War of 1812 between the United States and Great Britain was negotiated and signed in the city of Ghent on Christmas Eve, 1814. As an important city in the Middle Ages, Ghent was home to many powerful trade guilds. These buildings along the waterfront were home to these guilds. What makes Ghent famous now is most of the architecture from the Middle Ages has survived to this day. Today in Ghent, tourists now travel up and down the canals that were once used to transport goods in and out of Europe. The Ghent Town Hall is an example of a very strange but interesting bit of architecture within the city. While this appears to be two separate buildings, it is in fact one building. The right section is in the Gothic style and built between 1519 and 1539. The left section was added between 1595 and 1618, but was added in the Renaissance style. Nearby is the UNESCO World Heritage Site of the Ghent Belfry. At 91 meters, the Belfry of Ghent is the tallest belfry in Belgium. Belfry was constructed between 1313 and 1380 and is topped with a gilded dragon. Across the square from the Belfry is St. Bavo's Cathedral. Construction began around 1274 and was under nearly continuous expansion until 1569. And here are a couple of quick shots of the interior of St. Bavo's Cathedral. Here you're flying over the town hall with the Belfry on the right and St. Bavo's on the left. The third major tower over the city of Ghent belongs to St. Nicholas Church. Construction on the church was completed in the 15th century. For the last several decades, the church has undergone much renovation and repair. And here we have a shot of all three medieval towers in the city of Ghent. Our final stop in Ghent will be Gravenstein Castle. Construction on the castle as we see it today was begun in the year 1180. The castle served as the home of the Counts of Flanders from 1180 until 1353. think the most interesting event that took place here was the Battle of Gravenstein Castle in 1949. 138 students from the University of Ghent occupied the castle in protest over a new beer tax. The protesters threw rotten fruit at police, however they were eventually detained and arrested. A public outcry managed to convince the authorities to drop the charges. However, the beer tax did remain in effect. We now say goodbye to the city of Ghent. The tour group goes back to the bus for the ride to Bruges, Belgium. While we're on the bus to Bruges, let me take just a moment to tell you about our sponsor, fairdrop.com. Usually the first step in traveling is getting a great deal on a flight, and fairdrop.com can help you with that. Fairdrop.com searches the internet every day for great deals on flights from your home airport. We used fairdrop.com to find our deal for the flight to Brussels for this trip. So click on the link below. Full disclosure, if you do sign up using our link, we do get a small commission to help support the channel. That was great timing. Our bus has now arrived in Bruges, Belgium. Once we arrived in town, the tour guide gave us time for a quick lunch before exploring the city. As it was a beautiful day in Bruges, we decided to dine outside in a sidewalk cafe. The earliest settlements in the area of Bruges were in the 1st century BC by the Roman Empire. The city became important in the Middle Ages, mostly due to its trade in the wool industry. The golden age of Bruges was between the 12th and 15th century. As in the nearby city of Ghent, most of the architecture from that time has survived to this day. Construction began on the Gothic Church of Our Lady around the year 1270. The 115-meter center tower is the 3rd tallest brickwork tower in the world. However, for all its impressiveness, the tower is not the most important piece of the church. The interior of the church houses its most celebrated treasure. That treasure is a sculpture named Madonna and Child created by Michelangelo around the year 1504. The statue was stolen toward the end of the Second World War by German soldiers and smuggled to Austria. At the end of the war, it was recovered by the Allies and returned to the church in Bruges. This is an actual photograph of the recovery. These events are depicted in the 2014 film Monuments Men. I have read that many people describe the city of Bruges as a fairy tale brought to life. And after visiting the city, I have no reason to argue with that description. The Center Market along with the Belfry of Bruges are all UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Construction began on the 83-meter-high belfry in the year 1240. And for you film buffs out there, the belfry plays a central role in the 2008 film In Bruges. I actually watched this movie on the flight home. We visited Bruges on a Saturday, and as you can tell by the late afternoon, the crowds had become quite heavy. Part of the crowd may have been due to this car event taking place at the Center Market. What I've learned since is that the people paid a fee to rent these cars to drive them cross-country from one point in Europe to another. The cars appeared to be all European with one notable American exception here. However, I do admit I have a personal affinity for a red convertible Mercedes. I really want to thank you for watching today's video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Be on the lookout for a few more videos from this latest trip to Europe, as well as other adventures. Now I'll leave you with this one last evening shot from the city of Bruges.